Good afternoon. We have been discussing about the legislative procedure in the parliament. Under this subheading, in the last class, we have discussed about the provisions of Article 107, which deals with introduction and passing of the bills in the parliament. Here, bills means Article 107 deals with only ordinary bills, other than money bills, finance bills, and the bills relating to the constitutional amendment. Followed. So here, what is the procedure? General, and see, yesterday in the last class, we have also seen the conditions in which a bill pending in the parliament lapses. Means, so what are the situations or the conditions under which a bill pending in the parliament lapses? So yesterday means in the last class we have seen all these things, and here that also I told you yesterday. A bill shall be passed by both the houses of parliament, then only it shall be sent to the president for his assent. Once the president gives his assent to the bill, then it shall become an act, and after that it shall come into force, means it shall be implemented. But here, when a bill is introduced in one house and passed by that house and either rejected by the second house, or the second house passes the bill with certain amendments which are not acceptable to the first house, then that shall result in a constitutional deadlock. Constitutional deadlock means here the bill will become uncertain, no action. So therefore, in order to overcome this situation, to resolve this situation, the makers of the constitution provided for a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament. Today in this class, we shall discuss about the provisions of the joint sitting of both the houses of parliament. Okay, in this, that means here Article 108, Article 108 deals with joint sitting of both the houses of the parliament in certain cases, not all cases, in certain cases. So what are the certain cases? Means, say, when there is a constitutional deadlock. In order to resolve this deadlock, the remedy is a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament. So here, as far as this article is concerned, or as far as the joint sitting of both the houses of the parliament is concerned, what type of questions can be asked? The most important questions. One, what are the conditions to summon a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament? 2, who is empowered to summon a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament? 3, who is empowered to preside over a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament? Then 4, what is the required majority to pass a bill in a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament? Followed. when a bill is passed in a joint sitting of the Parliament, who shall give his assent to the bill? So, these are the various, say, what we call expected areas from which a question can be given. So, always when we study any topic, first of all you must know what type of questions can be expected from that particular topic. Now, keep these questions into your mind and then you focus on my class. Okay. So, here the Indian Constitution provides for a bicameral legislature at the center and also in some states. What do you mean by a bicameral legislature? Means having two houses of parliament. So, our parliament comprises the president, because already we have seen in article 79 the parliament comprises the president, then the council of states and the house of people. So, therefore, having two houses is called a bicameral legislature. Bicameral legislature at the center and also in certain states, in some states, not all states, in some states. We shall discuss all these provisions wherever they are relevant. So, say time being, you remember Indian Parliament is a unicameral legislature, a bicameral legislature, a tricameral legislature, none of these. Answer is a bicameral legislature. Though President of India is an integral part, but say he cannot be considered as a legislature. So, therefore, bicameral legislature means upper house and the lower house, council of states and the house of people. Therefore, concurrence of both the houses is required to pass any bill under article 107 we have seen. Concurrence means, say, a bill shall be passed by both the houses of parliament. What is concurrence? Concurrence is nothing but uniform, say, decision making followed. So, that means acceptable to both the houses of parliament. So, therefore, Indian Constitution provides for a bicameral legislature at the center and also in some states. So, the concurrence of both the houses is required to pass any bill under article 107, which we have discussed in the last class. But when a bill is passed by one house and not passed by another house, not passed by another house means it must have been rejected by the another house or the other house, or it must have taken no action within the stipulated period. No action is taken or rejected. So, that means that is, see, that situation is called not passed by the other house, or there is a disagreement between the two houses, it results in a constitutional deadlock. What do you mean by disagreement between the two houses? Means the first house passes the bill and sent to the second house. The second house rejected, that say rejected means for say without passing. Then, or the second house may pass the bill, but with certain amendments. Then again the bill will be returned to the first house. The first house, if the first house accepts the amendments made by the second house, then there is no problem. Then it can be sent to the president for his assent. But the amendments made by the second house are not acceptable to the first house, then it results in disagreement between the two houses. So, these are the conditions which result in a constitutional deadlock. That is called a constitutional deadlock. Constitutional deadlock means, see, constitutional say a standstill situation. A standstill situation means we can either go back nor say go further. So that is called a deadlock, constitutional deadlock. Therefore, the makers, then how to overcome, how to resolve this constitutional deadlock? The constitutional makers provided for a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament to resolve the deadlock under Article 108. That means here, when a constitutional deadlock arises because of disagreement between the two houses of parliament over any bill, then Article 108 provides for a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament. So this is what 108 says, means what are the conditions or what are the circumstances, say, which result in constitutional deadlock, and how this constitutional deadlock can be resolved. Conditions we have seen, and solution by a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament. However, the joint sitting is not applicable to money bills, because yesterday we have seen, see, Article 107 deals with ordinary bills, but here as far as a joint sitting is concerned, and this joint sitting is not applicable to money bills. Why money bills? See, in introduction and passing of money bills, only the House of People, means the Lok Sabha, enjoys monopoly, enjoys exclusive authority. There, the Rajya Sabha plays only a nominal role. That we will anyway discuss in the next topic. Money bills, finance bills, then constitutional amendment bills. That means the provisions relating to a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament are not applicable to money bills, constitutional amendment bills, and finance bills. Okay, this is about. So here, joint sitting, we are using joint sitting. What is joint sitting? Where the members of both the houses of parliament assemble together, sit together, otherwise sit together. But already we have seen such a position, say, provision under Article 87. What is Article 87? Just you recall the provisions of Article 87. 87 says, the President of India is empowered to address a special session where the members of both the houses of parliament assemble together on two occasions. The first occasion is the first session after each general elections to the House of People, and the second, say, situation or the second condition is the first session in each calendar year. That is different. That is different. The situation, that is routine, because immediately after the general elections, the President addresses the members of both the houses of parliament assembled together, or the first session of each calendar year. That is different, and this is different. That is different. Say there, it is, say, under Article 87, it is summoned by the President and addressed by the President. But here it is not the case. It is summoned by the, say, President. That's all. There ends the matter. But he cannot, or he, say, he won't, otherwise he will not address both the houses of parliament. So here President can address both the houses of parliament under Article 87, whereas under Article 108 is simply summons for a joint sitting of both the houses of parliament, but he won't come to the parliament to address the members of both the houses of parliament sitting together. So that is the difference. But anyway, so what is 108 we have seen, and the provisions of 108 are not applicable to money bills, finance bills and constitutional amendment bills. Now we shall see, say one by one, all the provisions one by one. Okay.